wish you had a roadmap to level up your finances, mindset, and productivity? I got you. I'm gonna introduce you guys to 3 books that I feel like every Gen Z and millennial need to read sooner rather than later. Hey y'all, what's up and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, what's up? My name is Andrea. If you guys are returning, thanks so much for coming back. Y'all, I make content here on this channel about lifestyle, faith, beauty, and personal development. So that's why I wanted to jump into 3 different books I feel like every millennial or Gen Z or any and above, below, whatever, that I think you should read to just level up in those 3 areas of life. And I tell you, they have helped me so much, and that's why I wanted to recommend them to you today. So the 3 books today are in 3 different categories. So the first one is in the finance category. So number 1 is the book that I have raved about, you guys. This is I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit, Sethi. Y'all can see my pen is still in it. When I tell y'all, this is such a amazing book. He breaks down personal finances in a way that is digestible, that is simple, that is understandable, and I've never felt more in control or knowledgeable about where my money is going, what my money is doing, and all the things. Like, y'all, when I tell you, I wish I had this book when I was like 20 or like 21, or when I had just started working like in my professional career, whatever. I wish I had this so much sooner. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I wanted to recommend it to you guys so that you can get on it too. It literally is a 6-week like framework, 6-week process to get your crap together. Okay, it is so good. Like, he teaches you how to build your rich life, so you're understanding like what works for you. So many people are like, you need to buy a house or you're like throwing your money away. He's like, but what's your rich life for you? Because what if your dream is to go live in a apartment in New York? What is your dream? What do you want, and how do you build your life around that? And I just think that's so powerful, and it's just not this like cookie cutter advice that I feel like I've gotten in the financial realm of things. You know what I mean? So the top takeaways that I've gotten from this book is, number 1 is to automate your money. So know where your money is going, like have it work for you while you're asleep. Like, that is so powerful, and there's so many easy, simple tools you can do that will set yourself up later for the future. Another top takeaway is to spend on what you actually love. So you're gonna cut ruthlessly the stuff that you don't love so that you have that money to play with or do whatever you want with, but then you spend money on the things you do actually like. I know some people are like, oh, like stop getting Starbucks. Bro, $6 at Starbucks, and I'm not saying every day, but $6 at Starbucks, yes, it adds up, but like there's so many other things you can be focusing on and so many other things you can be doing to build your actual rich life, which is what he calls it, you know what I mean? So for me, like, I really enjoy traveling. I really enjoy like exploring the world. Those are things that I like to do. However, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the other things that I like that are just there that I'm just spending money on, so I can have more time to travel, have more time to do things even in my own city or spend time with my friends. You know what I mean? So it's like all about like building the life that you want to have and how he helps you structure things around that. The third takeaway is to invest early and consistently. And that's why I'm saying I wish I would have had this book when I was like fresh out of college, baby. I didn't have much to invest, if I'm being honest. But I also didn't have no car payment and had a really cheap rent whenever I moved out. So I think about all the money that I've blown on random stuff or I've spent. I don't even know where it freaking went. You know what I mean? Like, instead it could have been working for me. And that's, again, that's not penny pinching. That's not every single dollar has to be an investment. No, like, that's why you have it set out where you can spend money on the things you want to spend money on. However, like, he teaches you how to invest, and he breaks it down on what to actually do. This is so silly, you guys. When I tell y'all, I didn't know really the benefit of a 401k or employee match or a Roth IRA or high yield savings account. When I tell you I got all that stuff set up, like all of it, like in a matter of a few weeks because of this one book. That's not like, I have raved about this book before, so you guys should not be shocked about me talking about it again on my channel. But when I tell y'all, it is the best finance book I've ever read, the best financial advice I've ever read. It literally is a 6-step process. It just makes it so easy. So if you want to get your finances in order, I highly recommend I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit, Sethi. So the next book that's on my list is called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. And I actually need to reread this book because when I tell y'all, it is so good. He introduces this principle called the upper limit, which is like this limit that like once you get to like what's familiar, once you get to the top level of that, it's really hard to break past that. One, your brain is teaching you to stay safe and stay like in your zone, but you have to get past that in order to get to the next level. When I tell you, it is such a phenomenal book and breaks down principles that I've seen so many people talk about. It is phenomenal. It is so good for your mindset, especially if you're an entrepreneur, content creator, you're a side hustler, you're doing something that you want to do. There's a level of which that you have to push yourself. There's a level of which you have to like break beyond a certain barrier in order to get to the next level. And that's what this book has really helped me do. So a top takeaway that he talks about in the book is that he explains how we often self-sabotage ourselves when things are going too well or too good because we subconsciously believe that we don't deserve success. Recognizing and overcoming this, though, is like the key to breakthrough. So the next key takeaway that I got from the book is operating in your zone of genius. I know I've said this before to people and they're like, oh, that's really whatever. But I'm like, no, it's like a term of which you're operating in things that you are really, really good at and not necessarily honing in on the things that you're not good at. You know what I mean? Like spending time in the ways that you like thrive. So this is where your natural talents and passions align. So when you operate from this space, you can create incredible value and feel deeply fulfilled. And then number 3, you guys, is one that I feel like a lot of people subconsciously struggle with, which is taking accountability for your own life. I know so many times, like, things have happened in our lives that weren't our faults. Like, things have happened that have led to certain results, led to certain, like, mindsets, led to certain things. However, it is our job to heal. It is our job to be able to say, okay, this is not the hand I wish I would have gotten, but it is the hand I got. And so how do I make the most of it? How do I make the most of the cards that are in my hand? You know what I mean? So it's like taking 100% responsibility and accountability for the life that we have now and understanding that that is the only way to get to the next level, which is acknowledging what we have now is based on our past actions, our past habits, our past things that we've done, or other people, yes, but most of it, like, we have to take 100% accountability of like, hey, if I was hurt by something, it's now our responsibility to heal from it. So that's what I took away from the book, you guys. When I tell you it is a phenomenal book, I feel like mindset wise, it's one of the best mindset books I've read, especially like when I was early on within like my entrepreneurship journey. I feel like it was just such a good book for me to read because I felt like I was like stuck. So if you feel like you're like stuck, if you feel like you're like can only get to a certain level, I highly recommend for you to read this book. I recommended this book to all of my clients, and I'll continue to shout this book from the rooftop. It is such a good book. Like, overall, you guys, this book made me rethink the limits that I had placed on myself. It really gave me the courage to step into my purpose. So if you've ever felt stuck, like I said, you need to read this book. So the third book, you guys, is, oh my goodness, is a book that I have used for goal planning in the past, but I just recently picked it back up. And when I tell y'all, it is just a profound book that a lot of people use for goal setting for the new year. So it is The 12-Week Year by Moran. And when I tell you, it is, I say all the books are phenomenal because I believe that, okay? But it is a phenomenal book that helps you with your productivity for the year. He talks about how you can get so much more done than the average person in 12 weeks than they can get done in a year if you use the productivity system that he's talking about. And I love that idea. It's not just about like hustle culture or doing more, whatever. It's literally about breaking down your goals so that they are attainable, they are achievable for you, and they are sustainable in the way and you can actually hit them. You can actually get to them versus like setting these yearly goals of, I want to do this, and then you look up and it's like 9 months into the year and you haven't done that thing, and now you only have like how many months left? 3. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it's such a phenomenal book for that. He talks about like how to connect your emotions with the goals, how to break down your goals and actual action steps, how to keep yourself accountable, like a scorecard to go by. It's just a really good book to like break everything down. And like the field guide, like the workbook, is so helpful too. So one of the top takeaways is the level of urgency that having a 12-week deadline compared to a year deadline actually creates for you. So overall, shorter time frames create urgency. So when you only have 12 weeks to achieve your goal, there's no time to procrastinate. Every week and every day absolutely counts. Another thing that I love too is so many times like we set these goals, but we don't look at the actual action. So another key takeaway that I got from the book is to focus on implementation. Focus on the actions that are required versus the actual goal. So every single week, what is your responsibility in order to reach the goal that you have for the end of your 12-week year? The third key takeaway is the weekly check-ins that you have to do with yourself to understand, are the actions that I am taking or not taking leading me to my end goal? Okay, so that is so important. I feel like so many times, like I've had conversations with my clients about like, they're like, oh, but this is not working, this is not happening, like I just don't know if I'm meant to do this, da, da, da. And I'm like, okay, well, tell me about what you've done, tell me about the actions you've taken. And then they tell me, and then they're like, then I'm like, well, didn't align with what you said. And so I say that, and not in a rude way, but I say that because I'm like, sometimes we can convince ourselves out of a goal before we actually even try it. You know what I mean? Like, you can be like, oh, well, I want to lose this amount of weight, but it just hasn't happened for me for the past 4 years. Okay, what has your weekly diet been? What has your monthly diet been? What does that look like for you? And if it hasn't been, like, you can't be upset with the results you're getting from the actions you're not taking. Okay, so I think that's the biggest part when it comes to like the scorecard and coming up with like reassessing your week truly for the week that it is and the actions that you took to get to your goal. Because if you look at your week and you're like, okay, I said I want to be a content creator, but you ain't creating no content, baby. How does that align? You know what I mean? Like, how does that, where's the misalignment? You feel me? So it's a great way to be accountable to yourself. And I think another thing that I really like too is he talks about having these WHAMs, which is like a weekly accountability meeting with someone else that you can team up with, okay? So I want to know, what are your goals in the comment section? Put them down below. Okay, so we can start an accountability group in the comment section. But I will say too, I just created another video that literally walks you through like the steps of this book of what I did to create my goals for 2025. So in that video, actually comment your goals over on that video, because that's where everybody is gathering to put all their goals. But yeah, check that video out as well, because it details out kind of like what I'm talking about within the full 12 week year plan. So I know I said 3 books that I feel like every Gen Z and millennial should read. However, I want to give you a bonus one, and this one is in the spiritual aspect. So we've hit financial, we've hit mindset, and we've hit, what was the other one? Oh, and we've hit productivity. Okay, now I want to hit spiritual. Okay, aside from the Bible, of course, like pick up your Bible, dust it off, and start in Matthew and start reading. Okay. However, if you want a book that's going to help you like so much, I want you to read The Purpose Driven Life by Rick Moran. This is a bonus book that I'm adding to the list. So this is number 4 technically. So bonus book, here we go. This is one of the most powerful books for understanding why we're here and what God's plan is for our lives. Overall, the author breaks down how we are all created with a unique purpose and how to live a life that honors God while fulfilling that purpose. This book is honestly perfect for anyone feeling lost or like wondering what their life is all about. It helped me honestly deepen my faith and clarified my purpose, and I honestly know it will do the same for you. So there you have it, you guys. I will teach you to be rich for financial like understanding, financial knowledge. When I tell y'all it is such a good book, please read it. Please pick it up as soon as possible and start doing the actions in it. The Big Leap for mental breakthroughs to get to your next level, and the 12-week year for crushing your goals, as well as the purpose-driven life for developing spiritual discipline and just your connection with God, your relationship with God as a whole. Honestly, these books have completely transformed my life, and I hope they inspire you to do the same, which is why I wanted to recommend them. So I want to know down below in the comment section, what book do you recommend? Or if you've checked out any of these books, which one do you like? But I want to know other recommendations for really good books down below in the comment section, because I have more books where it comes from. So if y'all like this video, I will definitely create another one, but I want to know your recommendations down below in the comment section. So I don't know about you, but I love books. I love action plans like that. And I love books that help me actually take actions, like all the books that I kind of recommended. So anyway, you guys, I love you to the moon and back. If nobody else has told you I love you today, I got you, okay? I love you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, y'all.